coming and welcome. Susan and I were originally intending just to have a Shiva call when we got back to New York from Cincinnati with our local friends, but then I had the simple idea of whipping out a chamber piece for 4 instruments and 2 voices, so here we are 6 months later. And I think most people in this room have met my dad at one point, and for those of you who knew him, the phrase that I think of all the time when I think of my dad is noblesse oblige, which often people think of it in a snobbish way, but we were raised in our family to think of it as being just really, really fortunate and grateful for what we have, and therefore to have an obligation to do the right thing and to help other people. And my dad embodied that in a lot of ways. One of them was that he was the kind of person who would never put anything on his tax return that wasn't like an actual business expense, like kind of rare in this world. He was very active in different causes. Soviet Jewry, he established the Hillel in Miami University where he taught, and that's still thriving to this day, and some of the people came to his funeral from there. We were very grateful about that. He just committed random acts of kindness almost every day in a way that was very unassuming and kind of showed a nobility of spirit. He was also an incredible scholar. We have some of his books on the table that he wrote through the years. And he, and he was a well-loved educator. I remember often coming after school, walking over to his office after he had posted his grades near his door, and getting some kind of thrill for the college students would come up and go, "Oh, he gave me a C! I can't believe it!" And but they never once complained about the grade. He was just a very tough grader, but a very fair grader. And my mother often talks about students coming up to her and saying how my father changed their lives. And she jokes that what that meant was that she took them from Midwest Republicans and changed them into Democrats, which was very important in the swing state of Ohio. So,
certainly now.
Yeah, and now, exactly. So the short program today is 2 things. It's the piece that I'll tell you about in a few minutes, and it's a video that Susan put together of my father's life a few years ago for his birthday. So you're going to see a lot of embarrassing photos of Susan, Ken, and I in various stages of 1970s hair disarray.
Oh man!
But yeah. And but the piece itself, but the musical piece, which is the first thing that we're all starting with, is taken from the morning prayers that a more observant Jew would do every morning. So my father would pray every morning. And this section is for putting on his talit, which is the prayer shawl. I was immediately attracted to this particular passage because it's very spiritual, and it's, as I found out later, is actually one of the few passages that are was left in the Siddur that are Kabbalistic, so come from the mystical practice of Judaism that not many people practice anymore, except Madonna, I think. But I shouldn't say that, that's kind of sacrilegious. But anyway, so I really love the passage. And so I will read you the words in Hebrew for those Hebrew speakers among you. It's Uchshem Sha'ani Mitkasa V'Talit Ba'olam Hazeh Kein Tizke Nishmati V'Hitlabesh V'Hitlabesh B'Talit Na'a La'olam Haba V'Gan Eden. And the words, very roughly translated, are, as I put on my talit in this world, so may my soul enwrap itself in a beautiful and spiritual talit in the world to come, in the Garden of Eden. I have many thanks to make for this event. The first is to Sean Ferguson, who is a wonderful, talented, intuitive musician and composer who did the arrangement of this piece, and so any beauty that you derive from it is largely thanks to him. I want to thank the wonderful musicians who spent countless hours rehearsing and practicing, and hopefully that will show in a few minutes when we play for you. I also want to thank Tamar and Alex, who so kindly offered to host this event with your usual generosity of spirit. And last, I want to thank, Susan also wants to thank Shelley, who edited the video. So Shelley is one of, we think he's the top editor at CBS Sports, where Susan works. And she wanted me to throw in this little trivia bit for the sports fans, that he's the one who edits the one shining moment at the end. That's Shelley. So
Not this year's one,
Shelley.
though.
Oh, not this year's one, so far, yes. But anyway, so thank you for that. So one theme that just really became clear to, in going through this difficult milestone was that Susan and I are just so blessed to have such an amazing group of really warm-hearted and spirited and creative and smart and wonderful friends. So I just wanted to thank you again so much for being here. And we'll start the piece now. Yes, let's turn off the AC.